Enugu Ukwu mono, Enugu Ukwu zono, Enugu Ukwu lenu. Biko moyu na noni bụ Ọzọmkpọ Amaobi Okafọ. Ofe ugwu na Enugu Ukwu na Ụmụnri. Umana for the past few weeks now, ka m nọ na-egosi unu interview mme Ọfịa Dulu ya na Ọsọfịa na Enugu Ukwu na Ụmụnri. So asị ka nkenechi unu ncha niile ma ndị kọlụ m, achọpụtara m na the interview were a lot of interest and a lot of people were flowing. Wherefore, the current state of Ọzọ Enugu Ukwu and all the issues ka o si wee bido ka esi wee jekọd. And I'm very, very glad na Ọfịa Dulu na Ọsọfịa pụtara made this interview, because if not, most people, ma ndị ọzọ, from some of the phone calls na-enweta na, some ndị ọzọ na onwe ha amara what's going on. A lot of ndị Enugu Ukwu amara what's going on. You know? So, and if I na-emekọ n'ife a bụ ka I protect the interest of Enugu Ukwu and Ọzọ Enugu Ukwu. Honestly, personally, anything, I'm not gaining anything from this. If I'm not gaining anything, as a matter of fact, the only thing I'm gaining go by a lot of enemies now, you know. So a whole lot of people actually from. But honestly, to you guys, I don't really care, because the most important thing, we must always tell the truth. History will judge me. History will judge Ọfịa Dulu. History will judge Ọsọfịa na Enugu Ukwu. History will judge ndị ọzọ niile bịago today jee na nke Ọfịa Dulu echiefe ọzọ. Because of the reason, when you look at side Igwe with almost 60 ndị ọzọ mkpọ, I mean, when you look at that, you may get a little bit intimidated. But no, this man fu ebe eziokwu dị, wes na ebe eziokwu dị ka ha ga-eje. So his history will judge all of us. But at the end of the day, then what? Because I was asking that. We've showed everything now. Is it the state of affairs of Ọzọ Enugu Ukwu now? Can it way forward? So this video will tell you now how Ọfịa Dulu na Ọsọfịa si wee for Ọzọ Enugu Ukwu today, and how to continue to move it forward. In case actual for na Afrofa, ka ha nọdị in record. But maka na osisi a na-atụ anya na ọ ga-ada, emesie nke amanda, nke atụrụ anya eburu ụzọ da. But they also want to be on the record how they would love to see Ọzọ Enugu Ukwu to keep moving, to keep it going. Okay? So, but before I continue the video, I'm going to talk about all these court cases. So, for some people got like copies of these court cases, because I can go near, turn it into PDF file. So it's easy for me to shoot it on email for anybody. Sure, e.g. Akafa where what are all these judgments? But honestly, in short, all of them is almost a must read. Mandy Choi got through it. But now, actually read some of these things out. Now, so I'm saying what their judgment without really seeing if it's a judgment on my according. But the one interesting to me, nga check and the banye gota. Bo, ada mama unufundo ọzọ na parade onwe ha as Ọzọ Enugu Ukwu. They are no longer members of Ọzọ Enugu Ukwu, and ordinary this court judgment here. Obro mas na fa drozi. Obro Ọsọfịa, Obro Ọfịa Dulu. I'm just telling you guys based on this court judgment. Na fa brozi Ọzọ Enugu Ukwu. Ndị courts na dia agbasa ọzọ agbasa. Na Ọzọ Enugu Ukwu should remain Ọzọ Enugu Ukwu. Ha chije form whatever ha chije form. Ha form more. But as far as Ọzọ Enugu Ukwu is concerned, Ọzọ nna anyị fa mebe the concern. Na the Ọzọ Enugu Ukwu remain with onyeisi Ọzọ Ọfịa Dulu and Osofia. Who made this court case? Kamano Nkabu, the court judgment hang on June 2022, second day of June 2022. Now, the interesting thing about this court case, then I couldn't find the defendant, plaintiff, for the defendant, guarantee. The plaintiff, Bo Okonkwo Joseph, Ozonko Joseph Okonkwo MFR, Ofedulu. The second plaintiff, Bo Ozonko Innocent Okoye. Now, below it, as not for themselves and on behalf of members of Ozo Enugu, for themselves and members of Ozo Enugu. So they are representing themselves and members of Ozo Enugu. Unenanya ndebo the defendant. Ozonko Clement Nwafo. Nya Odu, I believe no ya Odu. Na Igwe Raf obum na emekpe, Igwe Bany Bondeje Court. For themselves and on behalf of members of Enugu Indigenous Ozo. Enugu Indigenous Ozo. So Igwe Bany abandon go Ozo Enugu. We Solufa je form more Indigenous Ozo, which court has told them Hachi je form more, but na Ozo Enugu will remain Ozo Enugu. Now this court case, because they are now members of Indigenous Ozo. Mana Habezeche Ozo, Habezana Popatande Made, when they should not, they don't even have to be doing that. Habezahane Chindi Made Ozo, Hachi say Ozo, Onyeha certificate Ozo Enugu. Ono the KJ school na CKC. He graduated there, instead of Inyegi certificate CKC, Enyegi certificate DMGS. While Nebija Akwobu CKC. Obunafa like Indigenous Ozo, and had it very proud of Indigenous Ozo. Had you send them mother Ozo? Give them Indigenous Ozo certificate. They know where they had Indigenous Ozo, Nenugu. That's why Hachi see Haweje well certificate Ozo Enugu. And court has warned them to stop doing that and rule against them. So, Unuga, I don't have to read the whole thing, but Acham Kumbia down here, any the judgment. Okay? Or say, the judge Neukuna say, having carefully read and determined the question posed for determination judgment is hereby entered in favor of the plaintiffs in the following terms. So is hereby entered in favor of the plaintiffs. Can they put plaintiffs? Ozonko, Joseph Okonkwo Ofedulu, na Ozonko, Innocent Okoye. So the judgment was entered in favor of two of them and in those Enugu. And what are some of the stuff? Anyway, paragraph 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I won't read all of them, but let me go, can go here, and just go some of it. What these people are doing. The judge, it is hereby declared that the defendants, the Indigenous Ozo and Miigwe, Clement Odu, Hanchanina, it is hereby declared that the defendants who by their own volition, by their own determination, by their own will, right? It is hereby declared that the defendants who by their own volition are no longer being members of Ozo Enugu society, are not entitled to publish and issue any notices. They are not entitled to publish and issue any notices or pamphlets or any other document whatsoever in the name of Ozo Enugu Kunumun. It is hereby declared that the defendants who by their own volition are no longer members of Ozo Enugu society are not entitled to initiate new entrants. They are not entitled to initiate any new entrants into Ozo Enugu Kunumun after the affirmation of the court of their own voluntarily withdrawal from Ozo Enugu. But yet, Hakanana people, Nechi people, against what the court the court said, the defendants, whether acting in person or through other persons or person, acting as their privys or collaborators, are by other mandatory injunction restrained from parading themselves or further parading themselves as leaders of members of Enugu society. So unu faka ha na parade vulusie ngwu agriga ha na agba egwu as Ozo Enugu. No, they are no longer members of Ozo Enugu. This is what the judge said on this judgment. Actually, couldn't go this thing. But because the defendants jointly and severally are restrained from publishing or causing to be published or distributing any notices, circulars, or any other documents, or further initiating members in disguise in the name of Ozo Enugu Umumri. Because that's what they are doing. These new people now, they are no indigenous Ozo Kahanaba, no social club Kahanaba. So Abia Obute has Hana and Ozo Enugu. Abia will certificate Ozo Enugu. But these people are no longer members, including Igwe. Igwe Abozi, Igwe Apugon Ozo Enugu. Okunu food Igwe Ainwe. Then the court will see it is hereby set aside the initiation of the following persons. In about 2022, it is hereby set aside the initiation of the following persons: Ralph Ebis, Augustine Ebis, Dr. Owo, Engineer Kenen Kwanta, James Echezona, Uzochukwu Echezona, Dr. George Amilo, Bonnie Ugonabo, Sabasil Mboba, Professor Mike Nwafo, Sylvester Osineme, into Ozo Enugu Umumu, which was made by the defendants after their voluntary withdrawal from Ozo Enugu, and is affirmed by the decision of the court in suit number A-116-2014. So ndeni name kwa afa. Mandini na hachi na this December. Mandi hachi after all these people. It's nothing. Hechi rozo. Agugo faje gbasisi atale ha nnode ebe mbata ebe ha no. Ebunye ha ojo ka ha wa n'iru makwa ka ha wa oji n'iru. Maka ebe hechi rozo Enugu kuma amari hechi. This is what the judgment enwete. I'm not saying this. I'm just telling you guys what the judgment put. We're here. Because after Angote said the judgment, they asked for 5 million. The judge will issue the sum of 5 million naira as general damage suffered or incurred by the plaintiff as direct consequence of the defendant's wrong is hereby refused. It was refused, but instead the sum of 200,000 is awarded to the plaintiffs as general damages. So they were asking for 5 million. They were awarded 200,000. Nan haka akwụrụ ụgwọ. So unu igwe na akpa aghala, unu eche no just na nwe any animosity towards igwe. Then the judgment, all because na be n'obodo enwere rule of law. The hammer na ha nwere judgment against you guys. Agunu na-echizine people ọzọ na-enye in disguise of Ozo Enugu. Una parades no one as Ozo Enugu. Because you people have decided to move on. Yet, una continue. So the hammer will soon come down on them. So now go check good all of them with all these prominent men and everybody. Only 2 people jail court. We never na this court. We never na nka. We need every court case. They won every one of them. But yet, I need deceive when they mad. When they know they shouldn't be doing that. You know? So anybody need this document, ask and go me as a PDF. I'll be glad to email it to you, to send it to you through WhatsApp or whatever. Go through it yourself and see for yourself. But meanwhile, thank God that somebody they can offer you and no Sophia can undo today that have seen it that Ozo Enugu continued. Ozo Enugu is not going anywhere because Judge made very clear now that Ozo Abasa. So ife mee igwe to dị okay for him ịgbasa ọzọ Enugu Ukwu jebanye indigenous ọzọ. He's used to that. Same thing with AER. He doesn't care. Ọ bịa ọ gbasa anyị mepee bulu ECD bịa America. Man is used to this. And I don't sure all the ready repent. You know? But meanwhile, achọrọ m kunjilizi ọnụ unu fụ way forward ife ọfịa dulu na ọsọfịa kwuru. So unu mana ndị oyibo so si na a word is enough for the wise. Awesi na onye ma asụ ya sụọ n'ikwe, onye amara asụ ọsọ naanị. Ibe anyị ekenekwe m unu.
Yes. People who are deceitful, you know that? People who are very deceitful. What are you going cunning human beings who know to say it stand by the truth. So today, I know leave us now. Name me with diligence. And because of my health condition, the management of Ozo is in my hands.
Yeah, that's it.
Based on my health condition. Under the ONGC leadership of Dr. V. Lokeke, who is a forensic auditor, you know, and a chartered accountant. They lead the group of trustees. Also, my role now is to give approval. So, also that trustee, Munga chairman, also here. This with them as vice chairman, Vincent Okeke, Dr. Vincent Okeke, Engineer Frank Alama, engineer, and
my humble
engineer Amobi Okafo.
Of
Yogu.
The youngest of them.
The youngest of Zopo. The next Ozop when we after him, Dr. Pius Okafo, who is also a PhD holder.
Yes.
And the CPS. You know, these are all people who with integrity. Not when you bring renegades and charlatans. See them belly. No, no, no. And not even of course, what and not all the parasite that they totally dependent on evil Zan. About don't know what Ivonal, opposite idea for the first time, come to the Tabno Sabbath of the Ranubina. The Pali area Babadi say, I had a delegation of 10 people that be that day. Oja Baramadi said, Apollo. Where's Michael Jandice? Why did he do this to me and to us? This is a betrayal. Mike West will become a few months. Oja Loria. Everybody in the meeting, oh, Michael Jandice will hear. Yes.
True.
We're lawyer for him. When a year ago until Mike were up. No, what has number one among I don't go to 1 minute silent Nabi. Nama, not even a mortuary. Abala broke the news to them. They are not going to mortuary. So, okay, also, Evitel Sivamba. No one will know a number 1 year. And he rather betrayed me. Why have not bothered about all these betrayals? That Jesus Christ was betrayed even by his own apostles.
That's true.
That now, when I go now before the cock crows, that you deny me 3 times. Then when I put here, none of his apostles were there. They all ran away. Only Peter Dian go near you. Come on, house baby, say no Malonia. No one of the followers of Jesus Christ. No matter the man in his life, we will go the cock now cross the 3 times or whatever. So betrayal, Judas will betrayal. Today. And it starts from home. It starts from home.
Yes.
Owu ni gosi, so owu onubu. Mo ibo zosi. Owo tere okoko, owo tere ibo ola, owo tere baji, owo ibo ola. So we na hata kunyesa na nago. Mo yo ma. E we se mba. Ha ma no. Mo yo ma. No mu amezuru ego ji echi ozo. because no I said that no but ka ọ bụ soja m emezugide ego ji echi ọzọ ọbazi atọrụzi the gun gbabazi onye mere ife ọ ka ji anyị ụgwọ which he will pay because anyị jiri party wosu ọzọ ego for 800,000 846,000 ndị anyị ji ekwu ya na bank up to now eji na bank anyị ego adịrọ ya so he has to provide the money.
But I yet an accuse going on one.
And them above all those things. What do you mean? They want to kill it. They also maybe my name, which I cannot. Because the villagers say, "Well, gun name carry the gun na baba." But if it cannot be your na, but let's go on your own na. I have made a name for myself. Even his late father died many years ago. Admired me and took me as a son. Wando. Made the way she was a late Obawando, former the first even a prime minister mayor and the first mayor and the first governor of the director of Central Bank in those days, than the first republic. Inspire law into also because of the wisdom Chukuyel. It is.
Now after HEC is in there. She won't go off you. Can they
which you pay also cap. I want you to pay also cap. And
then after that?
Now on the 25th of this month, by the grace of God, I get engineer Francis in Ponta. On the Buago. I see on the 27th, I see IG Okoye.
Which you naga.
Tio go February 5th.
Monday 10.
Yes, I know money to reject it. But I reject it, I don't go and reject it. You know that? You give you a letter of comfort. You know why I call you get a bank, open the valley, refuse to year loan. They will give you a letter of comfort. Now your proposal is very, very viable.
Right.
No, because now exigencies of Guinea, the how many we keep it up with the money. Get right here any other place. But if you represent it next time, we might be able to consider you on your letter of comfort. So I put over on hold, Rachel. Then we may review when the review committee meets. Igwe is somebody that cannot keep trust for one day. Only from the three sides of his mouth. Igwe Nokata, Mega on here, West Noble Igwe or Rebbe Chozo, no other nature did not avoid it. Much Igwe and the there is a judgment which has not appealed. Who know what I can ECDU? Which I've given you a copy.
Yes.
What I can also.
You want the ball to keep maintain peace and order. No, could have all here. Also, baby banner. Zoba and the money. Zoba and the money. We'll look at that all right now. You know, I've actually no more. Also, obviously a monarch. Not because you're a monarch. What eventually? I'm authorized to get change you before Jabu no go na Obodo.
Ofia? How long can you go here? Almost 2 hours. I'm going to come back. No, my yes. But I can't part 1. I am part 2. I can act cock. When I think I can egg, can also Ofia. Can I send here? Issue Abia, for wife and them. Can do the buying it with an element. Maka want it to talk a book of propaganda and it. So I didn't pack. Na Chukudo Bekugin, the only reason Chukuju at the beginning. Kiwekoa, and car wasn't asking. Name on tape. When you give them and if you need when you're asking, Yabia, or I had to buy a pump can be a state here, their point of view, I will do that. And that's in Kankaneg. He's never come no bigger. Where co wife and I mean, when I see any book, no, no near bull. Ozonko, I'm will be a careful. ofe egwu n'Enugu ko na ụmụ ekenekwa m unu
ị ga-agbanyụ ya ekele ngiri nne gị zuru ebe a ibe ji wee na-egwu okwu na-enye documents judgments a ga-abatawu na court ka ị present these judgments ka ị jụọ ha ma nke bụ fake that cannot be accessible na any of the courts eji m ha suit numbers ka ha wetazie their own suit numbers fa na-ekiri ha ji wee bụrụ ife ha bụ tata even if I have any foundation, I have any foundation. You know that? They will be an ungrateful and a gratuitous liar. Not drop feet and capable again, based on 20 and all of them would only know Mekovan. He will cease to be by a court order.
He say,
and it will come to pass because I raise you wage.
Yes.
It's only truth that will set you free. And if you raise you on, you know that?
I never go with Omelo. Kita Kenut. And Miss now part 2.
Yes, I am.
I got why okay to Kuala.
Why I don't know.
I can't believe it. You want to know.
Oh, so
and when one in America, they have to understand. When we put part of their own stories to tell.
And you want a story to tell? Yes.
Give me all the ingredients.
Their own part of story. Who goes to Agasa only?
Yes.
So we.
More have to go to Agasa. Yes.
We are talking about money.
I'm in the middle of
the
it.
right thing to do.
Yes.
We told the loan.
Thank you. Thank you.
None.
No.
None.